Hi everybody, it's Sandra. I wanted to just take a few minutes and show you how I ship out jewelry. I've been getting a lot of questions on this lately, so let's have a look at what I use. I buy boxes like this on Amazon. These actually I got at a yard sale. She had like a whole shopping bag full of them. So I use these. These are nice and new and clean and wonderful. And then I have like a couple of these, right? I think this was a scrapbooking thing and I bought it and it didn't sell, so I took all these out. These are really nice little plastic containers. Our only goal here is just to get the jewelry from our house to their house with it, without it breaking or getting wrecked, bent, or getting ruined or damaged in any way. That's the only thing here that we're interested in. Here's an old Liz Claiborne box. I definitely use boxes like this. I recycle them, use them all the time. I've never had a complaint. Also, a lot of us have these sort of things sitting around. I am not shy about recycling and using stuff like this if they're clean. So that's another thing I like to use. I use two different sizes of envelopes. This is the first one, nice and little. This is great for little items. Of course, this is bubble protected. It's a bubble envelope. And then I have these bigger envelopes. I just like to get them in pretty colors, like just for me, because I get bored. And interestingly, one time I mailed somebody something. I think she lived in a big apartment building or something in Chicago, maybe. And anyway, it went missing. So she wrote me an email and she said, the security guys are taking a look at the tape. Like, was there anything special about the package? And I was able to say, yeah, it was hot pink. So they watched the tape back and saw who took it. So anyway, for whatever that's worth, that's just sort of an extra thing. And then the other thing I like to use is tissue paper. I buy this like many hundreds of sheets at a time on Amazon. I don't pay much for it, but I like to get the multicolor ones just because I like the colors. Let's take a look at how we would ship some of these items right here. So if somebody buys this dog license from me from 1934, this is not going to go in this brand new box right here. Something like this, it's not going to get damaged in the mail because, it just kind of can't. So what I would do is I would wrap this in tissue paper, a bunch of it, and maybe put a little bit of bubble wrap around it too. Put it in a small envelope, and I feel that would be very, very safe to do. If I sold this ring, this is a very pretty sterling silver ring. This one, I don't know how much it's going to go for. I have it up right now, but whatever it sells for, this probably doesn't need a box either, unless it sells for a bunch of money. Then I would put it in a box just because I think it's a nice thing to do. So this one too, I might put a little bit of bubble wrap around it, put some tissue paper, and also just stick it in this little one right here. I just sold these two items, so let's have a look at how exactly I do it. The first thing I sold was this kind of incredibly beautiful necklace. So you can see this is fragile. It has glass stones in it. And so this one definitely warrants having its own box. So one thing I like to do, I do have velvet pouches too, but I'll probably just put this one in a little baggie. The reason that I like to do that is because that white cotton is sort of annoying and I don't really want that to get like underneath these prongs and everything. So we'll just kind of do this, maybe wrap it around, and then we will stick it in here. Let's see if it's tight. Yeah, this is nice and tight. This isn't going anywhere. And you have to remember too, it is going to go in an envelope that does have bubble wrap in it. I never tape boxes closed because I always just make the assumption that somebody wants to reuse them. So I always just put elastic bands. And I think this would probably be enough, but maybe we'll just put some tissue paper around it too. The point here is to keep it a little bit sort of voluminous, I guess you would say, just because it is going to give it a little bit extra protection. So this one I think can go into the pink envelope. And there we have it, nice and safe. There is not going to be any problems with this packaging right here. And I love this pink color. I get bored with it and then I'll probably buy a purple one or a different colored one. I also sold this kind of incredibly beautiful Italian wedding cake bead festoon necklace. Look at this thing. Whoa. This is a beautiful, beautiful piece. So this one, I might not, you know, put this in the black one. Maybe we need a little bit more sort of room in the box. So I'm going to use this taller Liz Claiborne box that we're just going to recycle. I usually have a bunch of bags like this. I also have velvet ones that I bought actually at a yard sale. I have a few dozen of those, but I think this one will do, and this will be nice because this person will be able to, you know, reuse this bag. So let's put a little bit of tissue paper around it first. We just want to make sure the glass parts aren't rubbing up against each other. So I'll sort of straighten it out a little bit and then fold it over so that it's not gonna rub up against each other. Okay. That's great. Hopefully this is going to fit in that box. Let's see. Okay, feeling really great about this. Stick it in our recycled box right here. Okay, that's awesome. Put it in here and now put an elastic band on it. I just got into a little bit of hot water because I put an elastic band on a box that was a velvet box, you know, like this. Oops. And I guess the elastic band left a little bit of a mark on the velvet. And the velvet was, I mean, the box was original to the piece. So somebody wanted a refund because they were upset. And yeah, so that was a very careless mistake. You know, I try to use elastic bands so that things can be reused, but I guess not if you're going to ruin the box if it's the original box. So I apologize, and she sent it back and I gave her a full refund. So here is our envelope. I think this should be fine without any bubble wrap because this is going to go in and fit nice and tight. There it is. And that is that. The other reason that I don't always use a box is if it's really, really unnecessary, if the piece really honestly does not need a box, then I really don't want to waste it. Not necessarily because it costs me money, but you know, it costs the environment or whatever. So I don't really like to overuse, you know, shipping material. So there's that too, something else I keep in mind. And then the last step, of course, is weighing stuff. So I use this. I love this scale. This is an Accutech. It goes up to 110 pounds, which I love because I don't only sell jewelry. I sell a lot of other things as well. So I like this unit because it can plug into the wall. I don't really like plugs that much just because they look messy. So I just run this one on batteries, but I really, really love this unit. The other thing is I don't like package a bunch of stuff and then do the labels. I do one item at a time. So I would take this necklace, put it in the bubble wrap, put it in the envelope, you know, do whatever I'm going to do, put it in the tissue paper, and then weigh it. Let's take a look at what this weighs. So this weighs 3.6 ounces. So of course you always round up. So this would be considered 4 ounces. Then I would print the label, put it in a pile with my other stuff going to the post office, and then move on to the next piece of jewelry. I think that it's much more accurate that way. And I'm always afraid I'm going to mail the wrong thing to the wrong person, which sad to say I have done once or twice in my life. And it's never a great feeling. The other thing I want to mention is on some of the higher ticket items, I do send those out priority mail because there is insurance included. And sometimes I also buy a little bit of extra insurance too. So there's that. I hope this was helpful to you. Basically, the point here is just getting things there safe. And you always want to make sure your packaging is very, very clean, even if it's recycled. Like even this one, it's not in perfect condition. So I wouldn't probably send something really expensive in this. So that's it. That's my advice. This is how I do things. Happy eBaying, everybody. Thanks for coming to my video. All right, I'll catch you soon. Bye-bye.